Well, I've got a great video for you today on how to stop with the early extension in the downswing. Okay, it's a problem that a lot of golfers have and a lot of golfers struggle with it. And I want to give you today a drill that I use with my students that is really, really effective and is going to help you with that early release. So let's jump into this video. So the idea for this video just came from the lesson that I just finished giving. I've got an hour break here in between my next lesson coming, and I just helped a student of mine with early extension, and we had great success. So I thought I'd share this video with you in this drill. Now, first of all, what is early extension? So early extension is, as we come down into the ball, we lose the angle in our spine. We lose our spine angle. Our hips tend to run up underneath of us, and we get standing a little more straight up and down. Now, what does that cause in the swing? That causes in the swing, when you early release, you then have to throw or flip that club head down there to try and hit the ball. Now, those were the two things that my student was just doing. And as I said to him, I don't know which one came first. I don't know if the early extension was caused because he was throwing that club head, and that was his body's way of getting up away from the ground so he didn't throw the club into the ground. Or I don't know if he had the early extension and then he had to throw the club head to reach the ball. And frankly, it doesn't matter, okay? Because the two of them go hand in hand. So we got to fix them both. So here's the drill that I had him doing, okay? And I'm going to kind of lead you through the exact way that I went through this with him, because we kind of build on this drill. We kind of keep adding a little bit more and a little bit more. So you're going to want to stay through with me to the end here so you can see all of the steps. So the first step was this. I just wanted him to get in here and make a backswing to where his hands were about waist high. And he had hinge in this left wrist. He had this, I wanted him to get the shaft at about 90 degrees to his left arm. So the backswing was gonna look like this here, okay? Then I wanted him to actually stop and pause, okay? So we were making a backswing and we were pausing. Then we were going to give a little pump to give us some momentum. And then I wanted him to feel like he wasn't doing anything with his arms anymore, and that he was having his chest and his shoulders drag that golf club down into impact and through the ball. Okay, now, if we are not doing anything with our arms and we have this angle in our left wrist, then I have to stay bent over as I turn in order to hit the golf ball. If I come up out of the golf shot or early extend and I maintain that angle, I'm going to whiff, okay? So here was the first step. Very soft, very easy. This golf ball is going to go maybe 20 yards, okay? So little backswing, stop, little pump, drag that club down through the ball. Now, if you look at my follow through, I still have a bend in my right wrist, okay? I finished in this position, and that is an open club face, okay? Some of you may see that, but that's going to get fixed a couple of steps down, okay? So first thing that we were doing, getting set up, then I was having him backswing to about hands about waist high with hinge, little pump, turn your chest to drag that club through impact, okay? Absolutely awful there. It's very hard, folks, to hit golf shots when you're talking, okay? Here we go, one more time. Backswing, pause, pump and go. So my student was having some pretty decent success doing that, but then there was another thing that we needed to fix, and it was his right leg. And now, a lot of times, the people that early extend, I feel like they are trying to hit the ball too hard with their lower body, that they are trying to drive their legs and their hips into that ball too much. So I had him feeling like that back leg, the knee was staying back and the foot was staying on the ground until after impact, okay? And I showed him when I hit the shot that when I hit the shot, my back foot's not coming all the way up off the ground. I'm not getting to a full follow through with my back foot, okay? So that was the next step, is I got him to be able to stay bent over. He was having some success. Now I wanted that back foot to stay on the ground and that back knee to stay back so that he really felt like he was doing it all with his torso, okay? One more time. Excellent. Now, when he was hitting these shots, he made a comment one time, and I was talking to him as we were going. A lot of his shots were kind of hanging out there to the right, okay? And I told him that was fine, because when he was holding this angle and coming through, like I said earlier in the lesson, in this video, that face was staying open. So here was the last component. I wanted him to feel, as he came through the ball and came forward, that his left forearm now rotated, okay? The left forearm rotated, but we were still maintaining that little bit of bend in the right wrist, okay? So the shot then looked like this. And now I'm gonna do it now without pausing, because by this time in the lesson, we had stopped the pause, okay? But again, we are feeling like we are doing this all with our trunk, okay? And we are still making a small swing. Okay, little bit of rotation out of my left arm, which is now squaring that club face up and getting my ball to fly straight. Terrible shot. And this brings me to one other point. When y'all are out practicing, I see so many people when they're practicing, they freak out over a bad shot. Ignore it. You're going to hit bad shots. Everybody does. We're working on something here. You're not just standing there worried about the golf shot. We're working on what our body does. Sometimes you're going to hit bad shots. All right, one last shot here. Stay in my posture, rotate my torso, keep that back foot on the ground, and let my left arm rotate. That was really solid. Well, there you have a great drill to help solve the problem of early extension in the hips and throwing of that club head through impact. Go through it in the steps that I just said. Just start off first by just trying to stay bent over and feel yourself turn, okay? Then pay attention to that back leg, then add in a little bit of rotation of that left forearm, okay? Add this to your practice routine, okay? If you go out and you get a large bucket of balls, hit the first half of your golf balls like that. I was using a pitching wedge, okay? Pitching wedge, 9-iron, 8-iron. After we had hit some balls and my student had figured that out, I actually took him out on the golf course and just was putting him at some distances and had a little more club than he would normally use, but just wanted him to feel like he was doing the same thing on the golf course that he was doing here on the driving range. And he hit some really, really good shots, and shots that he even said were, hey, that's totally different feel than what I'm accustomed to. He said, I can feel the compression right there. He says, I can feel that the ball was coming out a little bit lower, but the ball had more spin on it, okay? So a great drill to help you become a better ball striker. Thanks so much for coming in and watching this video. If you feel like this has helped you out, you want more golf instruction, hit that subscribe button, because again, what I do on this channel is just simple golf instruction. And like with a lot of my videos, the ideas come from what I'm actually doing on the driving range with students, okay? So this is just not me making stuff up. These are actual practical drills that I use with my students. Well, listen, thanks again. I will see you on the next time. I'm going to go get in the shade for just a little bit of time before my next lesson shows up. Have a great day.